What's up, champs? Welcome to today's video. My name is Trevin Peterson. I'm 24 years old. I sell on Amazon full time. And in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down how I built a 7-figure Amazon FBA business at 24 in 2 years. So we're gonna be breaking down the process, all the steps that I went through, the ups and the downs, to give you guys some insight on how to replicate the process or how to avoid a lot of mistakes that I made so you guys can get to the destination a lot quicker. So I'm super excited about it. But before, let's dive into my seller account and keep you guys updated and let you know that I actually sell on Amazon and this is what I do full time. So let's come to my phone inside my seller account. And as you guys can see, in the last 12 months, I've done just over $1.1 million in sales. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to go down, hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment, turn on the notification bell. I appreciate all of the support that you guys have shown me so far, but let's get into the video. Okay, so let's dive into the steps that I took to build my business to that 7-figure mark. So there's quite a few and I want to break down everything, and we're going to dive into a lot of things that you guys need to be doing in order to succeed, regardless whether you want to sell on Amazon, whether you want to be a real estate agent, whether you want to be a Shopify dropshipper, a social media marketer. Like, I don't care what it is, you're going to need some of these attributes in order to succeed. Now, there's some that are specific towards Amazon and there's others that are generic towards any sort of business or life in general. But the first thing that I want to talk about is taking action and actually getting started. So I'm not going to bore you with my entire story of how I started and whatnot, but long story short, I heard about the opportunity, about Amazon, and I was like, man, this is incredible. And I saw the potential and I just jumped on it. And I did not waste any time. And literally within a few weeks, I had my first product launched and I started making sales, and I was like, no way, this actually works. But that product had a patent on it and we actually got shut down. And so I was like, hey, well, that worked. And that just kept me going. And I was like, hey, this actually works. Let's launch another. Let's launch another. Let's launch another. And within like 3 months, I launched 8 different products. And basically all 8, I don't sell them anymore. They all failed. I lost a lot of money selling them. I broke even on some, but they were all learning lessons. And that just is kind of my motto, is you just got to take action. There's too many people that hear about Amazon and they've been sitting around for 6 months, a year, 2-3 years, and they've known about it, but they're like, I don't want to start, or oh, I can't start, or there's always some sort of excuse. And for me, if I would have had excuses, I would not be where I'm at right now. So that was the biggest kind of turning point, is just taking action and going full force into my Amazon FBA business. And I never looked back. Yes, I had a lot of ups and downs. I had a lot of failures. Like I said, 8 products in like a 3-month period. And they completely failed. I mean, this was one of them, a faucet extender, a milestone blanket, which was actually selling really well, but I didn't know what I was doing. I had a fidget pen, which was actually selling really well, but then I got shut down because of certain requirements that Amazon has. And so I just didn't quite understand the process. I learned from them, but the issue with a lot of people is they launch one product, or maybe they even launch 2 or 3 products. And after that, it doesn't go as well as they hoped, and they just kind of give up. And for me, I knew that if I just kept going, things were going to work out. So 3 months, I heard about Amazon. I launched 8 products. They failed. After that, I launched 2 other products and they just started to take off. And now I was working my 9-to-5 job during this entire time. I was working literally from like 7 in the morning to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night. I was working 40 plus hours a week. I'm at a construction job. I was a superintendent managing different projects. And then on top of that, I actually started a network marketing company. So I was involved in an MLM and I was running a downline of like 50. I think we got up to one point like 75 people in my downline. And I was doing extremely well with it. And I was making like $2,500 a month from this MLM. So I had my 9-to-5 job. I was doing this side hustle, this MLM, and I was hoping that my MLM was going to take over and potentially replace my 9-to-5. But long story short, that failed. And so during the extra time that I had, the very little time, I literally stayed up like every night till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning working on my Amazon FBA business. So literally during that 6 months of me hearing about Amazon, I was working full time, I was doing the MLM, and I was doing Amazon FBA. I was working like 100+ hours a week, and I literally dedicated all my life to that. I gave up friends, I gave up hanging out with my buddies, and I sacrificed a lot of things, some vacation time. And I just was like, you know what? This is the time that I need to go to really build something, because I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy working for somebody else. I'm barely making enough money to pay for my mortgage, let alone my car insurance, food, vacations. Like I didn't have that type of money. And so I was really motivated to get to that point. So I launched 2 products after those 8. Those started to take off, and it ended up making me like $2,000 a month. So this was 6 months later after me hearing about Amazon. I had 2 products making me about $2,000 profit per month. And so that's when I decided, you know what? I'm going to quit my 9-to-5 job, and I'm going to go full-time with Amazon FBA. And ever since, I have never looked back. And that was kind of the turning point of me building my business to where it's at currently. Because when I quit, $2,000 a month is not that much, but it did cover my expenses. And so I was thinking, okay, that covers my expenses. Now let's dedicate some more time to my Amazon business, and let's see where we can go. And so I quit, and I had a ton of time, obviously, because I wasn't doing my 9-to-5 job. And by that time, the MLM actually went out of business. And so basically this was my only source of income. That was 100% what I was relying on to basically provide for me and my family and pay my mortgage and the food, and to basically pay for my life. So that really lit a fire under my butt, and I just kept going, and I just launched a 3rd product. That one did well, and I grew my business from a couple $1,000 profit to then $4,000, then the next month like $5,000, then the next month like $8,000, and then 2018 Q4, I did $50,000 in sales, where I did $14,000 profit. And at that time I was like, that is insane. That is literally more than I was making. I mean, my salary was like $2,500 every single month. So I mean, if you do the math, 4 months almost, that's how much I was making from 1 month. Actually, that was kind of bad math. It's like 5 months. So almost 6 months, I made more in 1 month. So I was like, man, this is insane. And ever since, I've just continued to launch products, and almost every single month I'm launching a new product. And so I'm coming up on 3 years selling on Amazon, coming up in December, and I have a total of 23 active products. Now, I've failed a lot. I've failed probably 15. 8 legitimate failures, and then the other like 6 or so, they were kind of duds. They didn't lose me a ton of money, but I'm not selling them anymore. But now between my 2 Amazon accounts, I have about 23 products, and I'm continuing to launch more products. And that's kind of been the key to my success, is I'm never satisfied. I'm always looking for another opportunity. I know a lot of times we're like, oh, I just want to launch one product. But what happens is you're then depending on one product. And if that one product somehow it doesn't do as good, it doesn't perform as well, or maybe it gets shut down, or maybe it's a trend and it kind of goes out of business or whatever, you don't want to rely on just one product. So I just continue to launch more products to now where I have 23. And if one goes out of stock, or if one goes wrong, I have 22 others, or I have 20 others that are making up for those products that kind of fade off or run out of stock, or whatever the case is. So that's been the biggest key to my success, is number 1, taking action, going for it. Too many people are like, they hear about it. I know I mentioned this, but they hear about the opportunity and they just sit and wait around. I don't know what you're waiting for, but if you're watching this, I hope that this motivates you to really just go out and start taking action, because that's going to basically get you to where you want to be. Okay, so that's a huge key component to the success, and I'll repeat that a million times. I know I've said that a bajillion times throughout my YouTube videos, but that's huge. The next thing that I've been doing really good at least for the first year, is I reinvested almost everything back into the business. And that's how I was able to build the cash flow and build more products. And I was only taking what I needed to basically live. And that first year, I lived under what I actually needed. I mean, I was eating top ramen, I was eating peanut butter sandwiches. I wasn't doing anything super fancy. My mortgage wasn't super expensive. I didn't have any car payments. And I was just trying to live the bare minimum so I could then take all that money and reinvest back into the business. And it has paid off tremendously. And that's another piece of advice that I'd give you is don't blow all the profits, reinvest and continue to launch more products. The next thing that I started to do was, instead of just launching random products, which that's kind of what I was doing for the first year, I was just kind of launching a new product here, launching another here. After that first year, I started really understanding the whole concept. And it took me a year to kind of understand, learn the ins and outs. I was doing a lot of research, watching a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of podcasts. So I've been in your shoes before. I know how it is. And that's kind of why I decided to start a YouTube channel, to bring an affordable course to basically teach the entire process, to show step by step, so you don't have to spend 8 failed products and a year of your time to basically learn the entire process. But for me, that's about how long it took. And after that year, I started not just launching random products, I started building a brand. And I was having issues with some hijackers and things like that, people infringing on my product. And so that's when I then decided to get brand registered. I got my trademarks filed. I got 2 trademarks for my 2 different brands. And I started building around 2 main brands. And basically what I was doing is I was launching products within the same niche, the same category. And I just started slowly growing and growing and growing. And that has been another key component to my success, is building a brand, not just launching a faucet extender and launching a fidget pen and then launching a milestone blanket. I started launching products that actually fit inside each other, that actually made sense. And that was another huge thing that I did, was I started building a brand. And then after that, come 2019, so just over a year ago, I started my second Amazon account to kind of show people that I could start from scratch and that I could grow a successful Amazon business. Because a lot of people were like, well, you started in 2018, kind of 2017. It was 2017 in December. And they're like, oh, you got lucky. It was a lot easier back then. And so what I decided to do was start a second account. And I started that one. I just continued to grow it. And that business is now doing $20,000 a month in sales. And I haven't taken any profits. I just continue to reinvest back into the business. And now I'm launching my second and third product on that account. And that product is just incredible. I wish I could share it with you and show you guys how much I've been able to improve over the time. But that's kind of been the journey. Is the first few months were just a struggle. I had no idea. I didn't know how to brand anything. I didn't know how to communicate well with the suppliers. I didn't know how to ship things straight to Amazon. There's a lot of things that I didn't quite understand. And over time, I got better and better and better. And now the products that I'm launching right now are like 20 times better. They could almost be sold in Walmart and Target on the shelf, and they look good, where before, I mean, it was this in a little plastic bag. So I made a lot of improvements, building a brand, getting brand registered, reinvesting back into the business. And now it's been almost 3 years later. I have 23 different products. I'm launching about 1 product per month, and I'm looking to grow to that 8-figure mark. So that's my next goal. I've done 1.1 million in the last year. I'm hoping to get to that 2 million mark by the end of the year. We'll see how Q4 goes. But that's my next goal, is 2 million, then 3. But my end goal would be an 8-figure Amazon FBA business. And if you guys want to follow along the journey, then do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, like the video. I appreciate all of the support. And if you guys are actually interested in taking action and learning how to sell on Amazon, I have tons of free videos. I don't know how many, but I have 100 plus on YouTube, completely free. And if you guys want more guidance, then go to amzchampions.com and I have a full-blown mentorship program where I take you through the entire process of literally step-by-step how to find a product, how to create an account, how to source that product, how to ship that product from your supplier to Amazon, how to launch that product. So everything is covered inside that program. I'd love to have you in it. And I just hope that this video inspires you to really take action and to show you that, look, I've had a lot of ups and downs, and there was nothing really special that I did other than not give up, learn from my mistakes, keep going, and never be satisfied, and just continuing to grow your business. So that's kind of what you have to do wherever you're at in your journey. Be happy with it, but obviously there's room to grow. So I hope that this inspires you. I hope that this inspires you to go out and take action and get started. And I'd love to hear your feedback in your comments down below. So just leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if there's a video that you guys would like to see in the future, but I really just appreciate all the support. This YouTube journey has been crazy. Maybe I'll make another video breaking down how I built a YouTube channel to 20,000 subscribers. I mean, that's nothing big, but hopefully we can get to 100,000 subscribers shortly. That would be an amazing accomplishment for me, and I can't do that without you. So I just want to say thanks again, and we will see you guys in the next video.